This is gonna be my final update video. I'm actually for real this time because it's done, but next video will be the complete video on the whole tractor. I didn't take as many pictures of the during as I wanted to. I'm kind of upset I didn't now, but here's my finished product. I finished putting the second and third coat of paint on last night. I came down today and I took off the tape off everything, off those clamps there. When Dad put the new radiator on, put the new hoses on there and the new clamps, that was, I don't know, had been at least like 10 years ago. And I just taped them up and I left them there. I untaped the radiator. Got the orange cap on. It actually looks pretty sharp against the orange. And I got my manifold there. I painted with the stove paint. The black looks pretty nice against the orange. I have to go around yet and wipe all my overspray off the edge of the wheels, or the beads there, but other than that, she'd be done. I took the tape off the distributor here. That tag turned out pretty good. It's basically eaten away right there, and there's the only black paint really left on it's right here. But I gotta swap out my spark plugs with the new ones in it. I untaped the oil filter. I'm probably gonna get a new one, because before I run it, I'm gonna change all the fluids. Got the new temp gauge in. It's not the same as the old one, which is somewhere here. Where'd I put that thing? I'm not sure where I put that. Oh, come on. It's gotta be sitting right here somewhere. Anyway, I'll find it later. I gotta put the hydraulic hoses to the cylinders yet. I'm gonna finish painting these nuts with the stove paint. They're gonna be for the manifold. I'm gonna paint them too so they don't rust. I have to paint the black yet. The headlights and the generator. I got all this stuff done too. Alright, where's that stupid temperature gauge at? I know it's here somewhere, I just gotta find it. The hood's not as shiny as I want it to be. That was just dry sanded, so I'm going to have to wet sand it, then I'm going to paint the hood. And I didn't quite get you can see the spots I didn't quite get on the battery box lid. So I'm going to redo the lid and the side of it. Other than that, everything else I think I'm going to keep the way it is. Gas tank looks pretty good. It's pretty shiny. What else? I got the hubs done. Cylinder. But I have to go back, I taped over the brakes so I didn't get paint on it, so I'm just going to go back with a brush and touch up. You can see the color difference there. I'm just going to go around and touch that up. You won't see it very much, but I got that pretty shiny. I untaped the steering wheel. It's original steering wheel. And yes, it is cracked. And it isn't in that bad a shape, I guess. For me anyway. But I've had somebody ask me why didn't I get a new steering wheel. Well, with the new steering wheel you can't say it was the same one that your great-grandfather used, so it's actually, to me, worth it to keep the steering wheel. Same steering wheel that your great-grandfather had his hands on too when he used his tractor. Found the temperature gauge. This is the old one. You notice it's pretty well gone. It needs a new ring. The face is okay, I think. It doesn't look perfect, but if I could get a new casing for it, I would. But the new one, you can see, has a freezing mark on it. This one doesn't. So other than that, they're basically the same. Can't complain. That one went in, so at least I can tell what temperature it is. This one worked, but it was about to give up, I do believe. I'm gonna get some new spark plugs in. I'm gonna get the coil mounted up there, and I'm gonna put my wiring harness in. I can't put my platform on yet because I don't have the seat shock. Not sure when it's gonna get here, but when I get that here, I'm gonna put the seat shock in there, and I'll put the platform down over it, and then I'll put seat and everything else like that together. But when I get the wiring harness in, I'm gonna put the battery box on. I'll put the screws in the toolbox here, and then I'm going to touch those up. And there's the air compressor. I'm going to Redneck Walmart, aka Tractor Supply, tonight to get a new starter switch. The old one doesn't look that bad, but better than safe than sorry when I have it all torn apart. I took the paint or the tape off of the oil pressure gauge. That's the original oil pressure gauge, and it actually, the face looks really good on it, so I'm happy with that. For only using Rust-Oleum paint, I got a pretty good shine on the radiator, so I'm going to leave that. Other than that, yeah, just clean up a little overspray around the bead there. Something, I'll have to clean up my overspray on my radiator there, but that won't take too long either. I got a pretty good shine on the engine too. I'm happy with that. It's not completely perfect paint job, but I guess when you see the before pictures, it'll look a lot nicer now, even with a run or two. I have a run, actually a little sag right there on the bottom. You can see a little bit, but hey, as long as it's painted. This is a work tractor that I wanted to look pretty decent, so that's what it is. Oh, one thing I forgot, I repainted the silver. Shut this air compressor off. Alright. I redid the silver on the rims. I used the Napa Martin Senior. I got a nicer silver look to them. And which rim is it? Not this one, this one. This one I got from Robert's Tractor, and I don't think that the rails are quite in the right spot because we couldn't get the hub together very well. But also too, this hole is drilled in the wrong spot. So when you stick your eccentric in there and go to stick one of these silver clamps behind it, the clamp was too far down toward the eccentric. The hole actually needs to be right about there. It's about half a hole off. It's drilled in the wrong spot. So at this point in time, I said, all right, function rolls over looks, I think. So we drilled another hole here in this one. This is where we're going to stick the clamp right there. So I got some little overspray to clean up on this too, but that won't take long. I'm trying to think what else. I think that should be it. Oh, it fell again. I had this skid steer. I lifted the bucket up way high again last night, but I see it's already almost down on the ground again, about an inch off the ground, so I have to start it up, lift it up before I leave. Other than that, I got my seat cushion. I had to trim up some of the foam to get it to fit a little bit better, so it didn't want to fit down over the edge of the seat, but I trimmed up the foam and it's really nice. It's got, instead of the real cheap thin foam, it's got 2-inch foam in this sucker. So it's actually quite comfortable. I had it on the seat and I was actually sitting in the living room on it. Got the new clutch spring in. I actually put the new spring in there and I stuck the cotter pin on here and I pushed in the clutch, and the first time I pushed in the clutch it bent the head of the cotter pin back. I tried to keep it up so the head was close, being flush with that, but it didn't quite work out. I stuck one of my paint sticks, propped this lid open so I have the same color in the edge of the toolbox, but you can see where it originally was painted around when he repainted the tractor. So other than that, I'm just gonna start putting her together, and I have a little surprise because this is more of a memorial tractor for my great-grandparents. I have something that I'd like to do just to make it a little bit more special, I guess, but you'll see that in the very final video. I have to work out the details of that yet, but yeah, the next video will be when it's all put together, or possibly with it running, all put back together. So thanks for watching. Just, I guess, be patient while I get the tractor put back together and make my final video. So alrighty, we'll call her quits.